Hey guys, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. In today's video, we are finally doing, it took me a while to get to this one, but we're doing our video on the Glade Wolf. Now, I honestly think for new accounts in the current state of Raid, if you're like within your first month or so, maybe in your second, even third, depending on how regularly you play, how your pulls went, I think this guy is possibly the best rare in the game for modern Raid new accounts. Now, I was browsing over on hellhades.com to take a look at, like, I just filtered for rares in the tier list, and he is rated a 3 in the tiers. And I was looking through some of these. Cold Heart, obviously, you know, the big damage, like, you're never going to look past a Cold Heart. But Apothecary, you know, he's still good. But when like most download links now are giving you Tagoar, you don't really need to build Apothecary. Yes, still decent for faction wars and other areas in Curse City and stuff like that. But in general, like, not a must. Heiress, I'm not rushing to build an Heiress. You know, there's a few here, like, obviously Bella is like a great one for wave control and stuff like that. I really want to build mine and get him on a stun set for myself personally. But then we jump into tier 3s. And like I said, this guy, and I'm going to show you guys because I think he's just an absolute monster. This guy, I think, is possibly, once again, for the current state of Raid in all the accounts I've played, the best rare. Like, the only one that I've really used and gotten use out of. Like, I'm not using a Kale on my account. We always get, like, you're always getting a good champion that can be used as your carry. And with the download links as they are, for instance, the one we use, which has got the Anax, the Vergis, Tagoar, and Deacon, and then you combine that with a Tahanara code and then a Mikey login, like, you got no need for a Kale or anything like that in these accounts. But this guy fills the biggest gaps that you can't really get on a without pulling a lucky unit, essentially. And so what does he do? The big thing is just literally this skill 1. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 35% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Wow, I couldn't speak for a sec. He does deal damage based on his defense. We do not care about that. It is just the fact that he's got a 3-hitter each with a 50% chance once you book it up, which obviously rare books, you're not using them on too much these days. That is just absolutely huge for 2 areas. 1, Iron Twins. This guy has made Iron Twins doable for me, and I think anyone on an account that's roughly this age, what are we at? We're on day 53 of logins. You know how hard Iron Twins is at this stage of the game. I've managed to clear on Void, none of the others yet, but on Void, stage 15 today, which I'm absolutely wrapped with. Yes, I am using Geomancer. I was considering I didn't think I was going to be able to do this yet. I thought I was going to have to drop Geomancer for a second Reviver, whether it be probably Arbiter once I finally build her. And that's how I thought I was going to get through it, but we did manage to get through it. Now, obviously, Geomancer isn't free to play, but it's not Geomancer that's enabling the team, it's the Wolf that's enabling the team. We still have Mikey doing the bulk of the damage, but I'm not going to pretend like Geomancer isn't a massive unit for every aspect of the game. But, like, it is that speed slow on Iron Twins that allows him to do this stuff. Now, before I even pulled Geomancer and was using Geomancer, we were able to do 13 on, I think, 3 of the difficulties, which was huge in itself, without having, you know, any pulled units. So I was using the Anax instead of the Geomancer. So this guy really does enable it, because not only does he have the triple hitter that can apply the speed slow, if you know, and then the big thing is that he also has not just protection for your team with his skill 3, he also has the counterattack. So in the Iron Twins, when you break the threshold and the Iron Twin cleanses himself and does the attack, well, then you've got all your allies protected well, because he's got ally protect, and then he's going to go ahead and revenge and get that speed slow back up, so you're never getting the penalty of boosting the Iron Twins boss with buffs. It is absolutely fantastic, ridiculous for progression there, and like I said, it is the one, Iron Twins is the one area where, even with Tahanarok with a basic attack that has a slow, it's only a 50% chance when max booked. Mine is max booked, and if you miss that, you're putting 2 buffs on, meaning you're boosting the Iron Twins. So this guy is just so fantastic for the current state of it if you haven't pulled a fantastic speed slower. And that's why, like, honestly, this skill 1 just makes the guy, and then you've got extra protection, and then you've also got the counterattack is absolutely nuts. Now, I've also been using him in live arena because I'm kind of strapped on what I have, and I've just been using him because he's built decently fast. You know, it's not crazy, but for my current state of the game, it's not too bad. And I can just get an AoE taunt at a 75% land rate, which makes it pretty decent. Now, he does also have this passive with 5% damage reduction for each ally under ally protect, which is nice because the one thing is, being a rare champion, it's hard to get him super tanky. You can see mine's at 50k HP, 3100 defense, but still not crazy. You do need the accuracy as well, so you need to plan for that on top. But you know, he is a rare, so he's not overly tanky, so sometimes you got to be careful with the ally protect and him actually dying, so you do have to bring some extra sustain to help him along and get him through the battles. But this guy, an absolute beast. You can obviously tell the other area when you've got a basic attack, which is a multi-hitter, 3 hits and a speed slow. Fire Knight. This guy absolutely demolishes Fire Knight. Now, I did manage to do stage 20 of Fire Knight on this account without him, but then I just pushed up to 25, and it's just absolute easy mode with this guy on the team. Now, for blessings, I gave him Phantom's Touch because it just gives that extra hit in Fire Knight. There's no other reason. There's no other blessing that I looked at, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a massive difference for him. Like, there was just nothing I saw that really enticed me, so I was just like, oh, well, let's just get the extra hit on Fire Knight, and away we go. Now, in Fire Knight and in Fire Knight, you basically just turn your skill 2 off and away you go. But the other thing is, this guy can also be used in Clan Boss. So he is actually part of my main Clan Boss team at the moment. So if we go to the Ultra Nightmare, you can see here, this is my main team. We've done the 3 keys for 81 million. Yes, I am using Geomancer. If I didn't have him, I'd probably be close to a 3/4 key, depending on element. But yeah, we're cheating and we're using the Geomancer because we got him. And I'm trying to get as many pulls as I can. Yesterday, I got a Sacred from my Nightmare chest, believe it or not. This one we locked out. We just got over the threshold with 1 key, but as you can see, this guy is in my team every time. The ally protect is great. Now I do have a Vergis, who is another good ally protector, but this guy just brings a bit of extra damage, and I don't know whether it's the speed buff from because my team is not speed tuned at all, but I don't know if the speed buff, because I tested the 2 of them, but the speed buff from Vergis seems to be throwing it out. I don't know what it is, but this guy just gives better results. He's normally doing, 3, sometimes up to 4 million damage on Ultra Nightmare in the Demon Lord in a run, which ain't too bad. We're normally surviving till turn 24 to 28 is our rough range over there, but working really well. I'm not going to show you guys a Demon Lord run because it's pretty... I mean, they're just boring at this stage. He's really nice. Basically, turn off that AoE taunt. Just prioritize the ally protect, and away you go. You're normally going to have the defense buff or the ally protect. Once again, not speed tuned, so sometimes you do miss out. But hey, it is what it is. It's working really damn well for me for this stage of the game where I'm at. So let's go through, and I want to show you guys a run with him. Wait, my alarm's just going off on my watch, so I'm going to go check the arena refresh, see if we got a free win. No free wins. Let's check over here because we're doing this one as well. And now, because I'm still trying to, grind out those points, but... I want to show you guys an Iron Twins run so you can get an idea for what we're doing over here. Now, I'll do one run at stage 15. Then I'm not doing any more. I just want to show you guys, but it did take me 3 attempts to get this on manual just to clear it. It's not an auto team. It's not 100% reliable. I did it so that I could get the first clear and get myself the extra Immortal Soul Stones. So I'm sitting at 7 Immortal Soul Stones, 2 more I can buy, pretty much 3 I can buy. So we're almost at 10 Immortal Soul Stones on this account, which is really damn nice, and plenty of mortals as well. But like I said, I wasted a little bit of energy because I was like, dude, we are so close to this. So I want to show you guys the team and the way it works. Now, obviously, Geomancer, you can replace him with another reviver so that you can drop the stacks, revive them. Double revivers works really well, so you can cycle the revivers and stuff like that. So I would have done Arbiter. The Barbarian chick that you get through the referral accounts, I've got her level 60, 6-starred, but I mean, she's not booked or anything, and she kind of just flops. So that's where we're at. So I want to show you guys this run. Now, I do have the leader as my Tahanarok, because even with that 250 accuracy, I honestly don't know the cap on this guy, but I still sometimes miss them. So I just have the accuracy lead there. I used to run Deacon, but obviously I dropped Deacon from the team to put my Tagoar in there because I really needed that extra sustain. So let's jump in, and I'll show you guys a run. I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to get through this, but I just want to show you. You can see he just straight up outspeeds me. So Tahanarok, ideally, your Wolf would be faster than Tahanarok, or your Tahanarok would not be on Relentless. My Tahanarok is faster and on Relentless, so if she procs a Relentless, I'm just buffing the dude straight away, which sucks. But let's see if we can not proc a Relentless.. 'Relentless. Perfect, we got the attack break, nice. So then he goes, triple hitter, and we get the speed slow. Exactly what you love to see. Now we can go ahead, we can heal ourselves up, we can pop those buffs, we can do anything we need to do. I'm going to go the basic attack just so we can not proc a Relentless. And we get the speed slow. Exactly what you love to see. Now we can go ahead, we can heal ourselves up, we can pop those buffs, we can do anything we need to do. I'm going to go the basic attack just so we can more reliably land the Brimstone here. I always like doing that straight up. And then I'm going to put my Geomancer, obviously get the burn on so we can reflect it. And then we're going to go ahead and double up with the speed buff so we can get the defense buff. And now we can put this ally protect on, which is absolutely perfect. So you can see the Geomancer reflect damage ain't doing much. My main damage comes from my War Master procs. And also, I've got to show you the build as well. I'll show you his masteries because that's something I'll talk about after this. But yeah, the Brimstone does a ton of damage. You can see that we didn't actually reflect a ton of damage then with the Geomancer. And I find the Geomancer, I put his burn on, then I hit a threshold, and then the burn's gone. I think Geomancer is like ideal in those teams where you put like... what is it, Immortal, and then you reduce cooldowns 3 times, and then you just cycle through. But this team, I don't think he's like as vital to have. Well, let's go again. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and just punch this out, I think, and then we'll use our attack break once he loses the debuffs. So let's just go ahead and basic. Okay, so there we go. Boom. Wolf, Revenge. Speed slow, absolutely perfect. You'll love to see it. And this is what I mean. Now my Geomancer's like not really doing anything. So let's go ahead here. Now we can get those procs happily, and we'll take any procs we get. Now we're just going to obviously basic here. Nothing else we can really do in that situation. I could preemptive shield here, but I don't think I really need it. I'm going to keep it as a revive option. Boom, and then we get the Revenge. Didn't need it there, but you know, we can still get some procs, get a bit of extra damage if we need it. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and we've still got the attack break. I kind of want the leech though, because we're running out of healing here. So I'm going to put that leech on. We're going to get the defense buff and speed buff. We'll get a couple cycles here. The wolf, hopefully we get a proc here and we get some healing. We did get the proc. That's okay. We can do this. Overlapping our speed buffs again, but hey, it is what it is. So Geomancer gets his back, so we can do that. Now we can go ahead and do a Death Shred. Boom. We get another turn. Cool. We got, you know, the Relentless build's putting in some work. Okay, and now we get to put the Ally Protect on again and that counter attack. So next time we hit a threshold, we should have the counter attack ready. And this is what I'm talking about. You can see he does take a fair bit of damage out of that one. Just due to being a little bit squishy. Like, I don't have the greatest gear on Earth, and I'll show you the build after this. But, you know, it is what it is. We do have the extra healing of Tagoar in this team. We've got the Leech, and then we also have the heal over times as well. So it's not the end of the world. And ideally, we hit him past the threshold here. I have the feeling that the boss is going to do a double attack here. So I'm actually going to preemptive shield. Otherwise, I think we may die. Okay, that really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I think the reflect damage actually got him below the threshold there. So that was a waste of skill 3 on Tagoar. My bad. But hey, let's just keep going through. And now we're going to go ahead and use the skill 2. Put that up. Then we want to refresh this slow, hopefully. Beautiful. Got the refresh slow. I don't think we really need to heal at this stage. I'm going to hold off on the heal. We're going to... do we refresh? No, let's just use the basic here. We're going to put... Oh, he's already burnt. Shit, I should have... That was completely my bad. I should have saved it. We don't really need any of that stuff, so we're just going to go ahead and basic here, get the Brimstone application. Now we go ahead and put the Ally Protect up. And now he's going to... Okay, he nuked way too hard there. Luckily, we didn't proc the cleanse because that was the reflect, and that's where the GR is huge. This run has been absolutely godly in that. And unfortunately, we did waste the Tagoar skill 3. So that's kind of... Listen, I played that super scuffed. But you can kind of see that application of the speed slow. If we didn't have that, with how many buffs we have on our team, we kind of would have been boned. But there we go. We get that stage 15 dropped. Now, there's no way in hell I am ever going to auto that, like, with this team. It just... Dude, Geo put in work that time. Yeah, so me saying Geo's not the most important earlier, dude, he basically... I'm pretty sure it's the reflect damage from Geo that makes the boss not actually proc his threshold. And if you go past that threshold, then it doesn't get it. Like, because Brimstone Landing does proc the threshold. But when it's on his attack, it makes him not proc it for some reason with the reflect damage. So we avoided 2 of the cleanse revenges, which is honestly kind of giga. So we clutched that one. That one was pretty much Geo getting us across the line. But as you can see with Glade Wolf, when you don't have another slowing option that's really reliable, this guy is so damn amazing. And it's that like, not only the ally protect, but it's the counter attack that he places on himself that makes him so damn good for Iron Twins. I absolutely love it. Now, the other key place that he does work really well is Finite. Maybe I'll do a Finite video in the future where I show him. You can see my run is 8 minutes here because I don't have Gig and Nukers and stuff like that, so it's really slow getting through the waves and all that stuff. But as you can imagine, same sort of deal. Triple hit up, but then you've got Phantom Touch as well. Really fantastic. Then you have the counter attack as well with the speed slow. Dude's absolutely amazing for normal Fire Knight. I don't have a freezer, so I haven't even tried hard Fire Knight, so I'm not even too stressed about that. But now to finish it off, I do want to show you guys the build that I have him on. So let's go over here. Pretty standard broken build, really, this one. You know, this piece, it just had speed, so I put it on. This chest piece had a bit of speed, plus it was tanky stats. You know, like it rolled 2 flat attacks, but, you know, I was just trying to piece something together. We got the 1-piece set bonus here for Feral, which is the extra 40 accuracy plus a bit of speed. Then we've got the set of perception with some speed on it to go ahead and slap that on there. And then we had these boots, which, you know, rolled speed and a little bit of accuracy. They're not crazy, but, you know, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm still in making broken stuff. We've only got HP here. I couldn't get accuracy, so I don't have that yet. This is not a great piece. I haven't farmed any spiders. I do 3 spiders drops every day to do my advanced quest. Besides that, I don't farm anything. This was one that I got from the guild shop. Unfortunately, it's attack main stat. And this one had defense and then got a bit of accuracy in it. So if you're wondering why I've done all these, like, you know, 2-star ascension on this one and stuff like that, it's because I've had to do them for the, I think it's the Marius mission, unless it's the Romantu missions, whichever one. I had to do a bunch of these for missions, so I just upgraded a bunch of gear that I otherwise wouldn't have upgraded. But that's his build. You can see the 50k HP, the 3100 defense, 231 speed, and then the 248 accuracy. Definitely a lot of room for growth. Now, I lucked out and found his soul in the shop, so I did purchase that. Like I mentioned, I did get the Phantom Touch. Now, when we look to masteries, if we go over here, let me move my head out of the way. You can see these are the masteries I took. Now, I looked over on hellhades.com, and I believe they put him on... Yeah, so they put him on War Master, if I show you guys this one. So Hell Hades put him on War Master. I don't know if that's like the better play. I put him on Giant Slayer because my theory was triple hitter, and then he's also got the counterattack, so he's doing the triple hitter more often. So I went with Giant Slayer. If someone's more in depth in the exact math of that, let me know if I'm wrong on that one. That's just what I went for. I don't think there's like a clear cut, like, you know, it's not going to be ruining your account if you get the wrong one out of War Master and Giant Slayer for this guy. He's not like the most giga unit on your team. As I mentioned, mine's doing that 3 to 4 mil damage in Clan Boss Ultra Nightmare, which is really nice. But I don't think changing one up and having the less optimal one would massively change his damage by much. So that's my build there. Let me know what you guys think. Would you do a different build? Obviously, I didn't unlock the extra 2 because, you know, we're tight on energy over here. We're trying to save as much as we can. And pretty much all of our champions are missing those 2, except for Mikey, who we bought the masteries on. So that's just kind of where we go. We haven't even done Tagoar yet. You know, we haven't finished any of these guys. So that's where I'm at. That is his build. Like I said, I feel like in the current state of Raid with new accounts, with everything you get from, you know, beginner codes, download links, chase champions that they have, this guy is honestly one of the most pivotal rare units you can have in your account. And obviously we just had the event to get him for free if you got 1 copy of him. I ended up getting enough copies of him to also fuse one, and then I've also got an extra one in the box here as well, so I got myself a fair few copies. But yeah, this guy, absolutely amazing. If you have him, if you're starting later on and you've happened to pull this guy as a rare from a void shard, dude is absolutely amazing. Not like just generally good, like in most areas, like the ally protect with counterattack and speed slow and AoE taunt is just good across the board. Like I didn't even mention anywhere where I use the AoE taunt. Like I use this guy in tower, I use him in a lot of areas, but specifically for helping in that finite progression, and also just the Iron Twins specifically, because Iron Twins, if you can farm higher stages of it, it's almost like, I know some people think it's not. I like farming Iron Twins and using my keys every day to get the extra resources. I just think it's important if you can do high enough level. Not if you're doing like, you know, stage 6, but once you get up to that stage 13, it is so valuable. And so that's why I think he's been really helpful, because otherwise I'll struggle my balls off trying to do that stuff. But anyway, that is the update on him. I think he's absolutely amazing. Also, I did mention I got a sacred shard from my Nightmare clan boss yesterday. We did also get an extra one from the Doom Tower. So we managed in hard on this account to push up to stage 80 of Doom Tower. 86, I'm kind of stuck because the middle stage has the guy that's the final boss of the campaign, where he unlocks that extra skill and just one taps someone and puts block revive. Dude is an absolute nightmare. I cleared a stage earlier by retrying like 50 times. I'm not doing it now. That got me the sacred shard. I'm not too stressed about the chicken. So that is where my my Doom Tower progress is going to end for this rotation. It's got 3 hours left at the time recording this, but I was pretty happy that we managed to do stage 80. Now 80 is easy. We just used free champions from the Tahanrak Mikey and download link champions. But for those wondering, over here, Frost Spider, I use Geomancer. If you have another burner, you can do it like this. Otherwise, you do need Armager. And because my Armager is not built, if I didn't pull Geomancer or another burner, there is no way I would have got this far into... I wouldn't have beaten this boss. Like, because I'm not going to kill this boss and block revive with a level 40 Armager. Yes, I could keep reviving with Tagoar and eventually get it, but that's just annoying. So yeah, I got carried by the JR in the Frost Spider. It is what it is. We'll wait and see what the next rotation is, and I'll push my best over there. That's just a little account update, but that is going to be it. Glade Wolf, absolutely loves the dude. I've never used a rare on any account more than I've used this guy. I think he's an absolute beast. Anyway, that is going to be it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.